Hey guys, what's up? It's Quantive here and welcome to my new 1 to 99 Divination Guide and Walkthrough. Now guys, in this actual guide it'll be covering all the fastest XP methods. So guys, hopefully this will be able to get you up to your 99 Divination. Hopefully you'll be able to pick up that cape, which would be really awesome. Anyway guys, we'll move on to our contents. Now these are all going to be clickable annotated links which will be on screen right now. So starting out guys, you can click on that. If you don't know anything about Divination, I'll be giving a bit of an overview and all that sort of thing. So definitely guys, if you don't know what you're doing with Divination, click on that link. Otherwise guys, a couple of boosts that you can actually use for your Divination training, definitely click on that link. And otherwise guys, below that will be 1 to 99 locations in order, so definitely if you need to be looking up any sort of location, definitely click on that link and I'll be able to go through in this video every single location for your actual divine locations and that sort of thing. And also guys, I'll be going over rewards towards the end of this video. Anyway guys, make sure your annotated links are on and make sure you click into exactly what you want to be going into. Anyway guys, we'll get into our guide. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so to start off your divination training, you do have to go to Draenor Village. Now guys, this actually does have sort of a divination training camp that you can actually talk to and sort of get started with this actual skill. So guys, make sure you just sort of get to Draenor any way you want. You can use a lodestone or whatever and actually run over like I do in this actual video, and then you can find yourself at this sort of divination camp, I guess you could call it, with a whole bunch of people that will tell you all about the skill, which is really good. It does cover quite a lot of the information and it definitely does it's actually quite neat to actually go over here. I do have to talk to this lady with this yellow or orange ball over her head, and you can start off your skill right there. She'll actually give you a bit of pointers about exactly how to do it, and the first divination training spot is quite close to this location, so that's really good. Anyway guys, we'll move on to our next section in this video. Now guys, like I did say before, you do have a couple of boosts you can actually use to get extra divination experience and all that sort of thing. So obviously guys, there is a diviner outfit, that you can actually use to get a bit of bonus XP. It's up to 5% when you do have all the set. You can use all your bonus XP and lamps on it, and also your Draco Trades, Tears of Guthics, and also your Troll Invasion, all those sort of daily, monthly and weekly sort of things. You definitely also, one thing I did actually leave off here is penguin points. You can definitely use your penguin points on that. Definitely a good skill to actually use it on, as it is quite slow. Definitely worth actually getting as much bonus and as much boost as possible. Now guys, first off we do have the Pale Wisp, which is west of the Lumbridge Crater, right near your starting point. Now the best travel option to actually get here is using your Amulet of Glory into your Draenor Village, or the actual lodestone, which is really good. Or you can use your faction token if you did actually do the Battle of Lumbridge. So that's definitely a good way to get to this location. Now this is 1 to 10 and it is about 2 to 4k XP per hour, so it's not too fast, but it's definitely you won't be here for that long, as this XP between 1 and 10 is really not that much. So guys, we'll move on to our next location. Next up guys, for your 10 to 20, you do have your location at north of Falador near the Guthics memorial site. Your best travel option for here is definitely the lodestone, as you saw just on the video right there. This actual energy that you'll be collecting at this will be the flickering energy, and you'll definitely be getting about 5 to 6k XP per hour. Won't be taking too long to actually move up from 10 to 20, only a couple of under an hour definitely, so it's quite good to actually go to this location and get your 5k as soon as possible. Next up guys, we do actually have the dig site area, which is level 20 to 30. Now guys, the best actual place to do this is, it's because it's between Varrock and the dig site, so the best option to actually is using your dig site pendant if you have actually done that, or a gnome glider. Otherwise you can actually follow on screen, as I do have the map up right there, and you can just follow that path straight down south after you exit Varrock, and then moving back up north into the actual area. As you'll see on screen right now, I'll leave this on for a little bit longer. You do actually have to go to the area that is actually right next to the dig site, and this is the actual place where all the energy is, which is actually the bright energies which you'll be collecting for this actual portion of your training. Now guys, this is about 9k XP per hour, so it is a big step up from your previous 5k, but this XP between 20 and 30 is substantial, so it will take you about 1 or 2 hours to actually move up between these levels. Next up guys, we do have the Sears Village location, which is from 30 to 40. Now guys, the best travel option for this is actually using the lodestone and then traveling south, or using north from the ferry ring code BLR. Definitely I would probably I recommend using the actual lodestone as you saw on screen right there. It is quite quick, as it does only take about 30 seconds to run down south to the actual area, which is in the middle of some trees. And in this actual area you'll be collecting the glowing wisps for about 10k XP per hour, so it's not much of a step up from your previous area. So this actually does take quite a while to actually move between 30 and 40, although it won't take extremely amount of time. So guys, making sure you do move over to your Sears area and collect those glowing wisps. Next up guys, we do have the Fremennik location, which is 40 to 50. Now guys, this XP is quite a substantial amount more. It is 15k XP per hour, and guys, the best way to actually get here is, because it's southeast of Ralika, near the golden apple tree, the best travel option is actually using a ring of slaying and getting to the fairy rings, or you can just sort of walk to a fairy ring location as you see on screen right now. Definitely one of the better things to do is, if you don't have slayer rings, go to the Grand Exchange, go through the actual shortcut there and move south, which is actually there'll be a fairy ring quite close to there, and you can move to this location quite quickly. Anyway guys, as I just said before, 15k XP per hour between 40 and 50, so it's quite good to actually move on to this location as soon as possible. Next up, we do have the Kajama location, and these are gleaming wisps you'll be actually collecting. Now guys, this location is northeast of Charlotte Village, and the best travel option is again using a bit of fairy ring teleportation, and also you can use the lodestone to Kajama if you do actually have that unlocked. Another actual option for this, if you do have the summoning level required for Spirit Garak, the teleporting option to the nature area to actually craft the nature runes, that's a definitely viable actually way to get to this location, as it does teleport you quite close to the fairy ring. So guys, make sure you do actually get there over there as fast as possible, as this is one of the ones that is fairly far away from any travel option. Anyway guys, from 50 to 60 it is about 22k XP per hour, and you move through this in a couple of hours as well. Next up guys is a really good location. It is actually right next to mobilizing armies, and now guys, this is level 60 to 70. Now these are actually vibrant wisps that you'll be collecting for about 30 to 35k per hour, which is really good. It is quite a big step up from your previous XP per hour, as these do give quite a lot more when you actually do trade in your enhanced or enriched wisps, which is really good. It does actually take no time to actually get here, as you can use your ring of dueling to actually teleport straight to mobilizing armies, or you can actually use just some teleport runes to teleport to your mobilizing armies as well. Next up guys, we do have the Canifus area, which is 70 to 80. Now guys, the XP rate for this is a bit more as well, as you do always sort of move up about 5 or 10k XP per hour every time you do move up your location. Now guys, this is 42k XP per hour, and you'll actually be collecting your lustrous wisps. Now guys, the best actual travel options, as you did just see then, was actually using the lodestone, or you can actually use your ring of slaying again and teleport to the Mortania Slayer tower and actually run towards the actual area as well. So guys, 42k XP per hour, which is really good. Next up guys is the Mage Arena area, which is really good. It does actually take no time at all to actually get there if you do have your fairy rings unlocked. So use your ring of slaying to get to your fairy rings, and then use the fairy ring code BIP, and then run south from that area. Now guys, this is from level 80 to 85, so it does actually change a little bit here. You do actually move into going up by 5 instead of 10. Now guys, this XP per hour here, as you can see, is only 5k XP more, but it actually does add up to quite a lot as you're getting close to your 50k XP per hour at this actual area, which is quite good. So as you can see on screen there, you just teleport to your fairy ring, which is quite close to the Ganodermic creatures, and then you can run south and go on to your wisps, which are actually called brilliant wisps for this location. Guys, moving on to my personal favourite and the place that I'm currently training at, which is Dragoontooth. Now guys, this area is actually quite hard to get to if you don't have a couple of quests done, as the best actual travel option is using the Ectofile and then travelling on the Ghost Captain, which you do actually need your Ghost Speak amulet to actually use. So make sure you do have your Ghost Speak amulet, and hopefully you've done the quest to get your Ectofile. Teleport with your Ectofile and then get on your actual Ghost Speak amulet, and then run all the way into your Ghost Captain, and also travel over to your Dragoontooth Island. Now guys, this is from 85 to 90, and you do get over 50k XP per hour. Now guys, at this point I definitely do recommend buying a couple of energies and using those to get enhanced XP, which I'll be talking about a bit later with some of the rewards you can actually do as well. Anyway guys, this is one of the locations that is a bit debated, and you can probably stay here until 95, but I'll definitely be covering the actual level 90 spot as well. So guys, on to the bit of a debated area, which is the desert area. This is 90 to 95, and now guys, in this area you'll be getting luminous energies, and this is about 55k XP per hour. Now, this is actually quite debatable, as it is quite hard to actually get all the wisps, so to speak, in the same area, which does actually cut down on your XP per hour, depending on exactly what you're doing. If you're not buying energies and that sort of thing, it does actually slow down your XP rate, and it doesn't make this spot very good. As well as that, it is in the desert, of course, so that is another drawback from this actual area. So one of the things that it does actually I do actually recommend doing is getting your water tiara that does actually block all the desert effects. Otherwise, you do have to have a whole load of water skins and that sort of thing, so it does make training a bit tedious. Definitely not worth going to if you don't have your water tiara. Anyway, guys, this is 55k XP per hour, and it's definitely a side option to actually Dragon Tooth. Now, guys, moving on to your poison waste, this is 95 to 99, so this will be your last location that you'll actually be training at, which is really good. It'll be absolutely amazing to be able to get here when you actually are training your divination. Now, guys, the best travel option to actually get there is the spirit tree to the poison waste, and then actually run south, and then use your grapple, and then run west. Alternately, sorry, you can actually use your ferrying code BKP, and then go south of Castle Wars, and then run past the bridge to the west, which you can see on screen right now, which is what I'm doing. Now, guys, 95 to 99, you can get about 70k plus per hour, which is really good. Definitely, you can also save your energies, which is incandescent. You can save all these up. You get a whole load of energies from this. I do know people that have actually made about 30 or so mil currently from getting 95 to 99, so you can actually do that if you do want a bit of money, or else you can spend that money and actually get a bit more XP per hour, which is probably what I'd recommend doing at this actual location, as this big chunk of XP from 90 to 95. Alrighty, guys, into a bit of live commentary now, guys. With this actual rewards you can actually get from this divination skill, it's definitely quite good to actually look into getting your boons first. So when you do level up, as you can see right here, click on your divination skill and then click into boons. For clicking on the information, you do actually see level 10 boons. Flicking your own energy, you can permanently get 10% more effective while converting your energies, which is quite good. So it does actually show you the ingredients that you do need to actually make each boon, which is every sort of time you do actually change locations that I did actually cover just before. So, guys, these are 100% must when you do actually swap locations. Make sure you do make your boon every single time. Now, guys, moving on to the next thing, which is signs and portents. Now, guys, these are really actually quite helpful, as you can actually get quite a lot of different things. So the sign of the porter does actually transport certain items directly to your bank, which is really good. Sign of Respite actually is used for when you do die in sort of PVM or that sort of thing. If you're sort of boss, you can actually chuck this one on, and it actually does add some sort of time to your grave timer, which is really good. And also you do have these attuned and also portents of restoration, which actually, when consumed or when you do actually go under a percentage of health, it does actually heal for the amount that you do actually have on this actual portent. So for example, on this one it is 450 life points and is made with using 30 glowing energy and 1 cooked tuna, so it does actually heal the amount of the tuna without actually taking away any of your adrenaline, which is really good for actually a lot of your high level PVM. Sorry. Now, a couple of items down below here. We do have the Sign of Item Protection, which is really good, protects an extra item. We do have Sign of Life, which will protect your life, so if you do actually die, it'll restore 25% of your health. Moving on to a couple that I do not have at the moment, so the next one I'll be getting, which will be the Portent of Item Protection. So it does actually protect an item as a portent, so you don't have to wear it in your actual pocket slot, which is really good. Same with the Portent of Life. This actually works exactly the same as the Sign of Life, but it's just in your inventory as well. Now, guys, moving on to actually transmutation. So, guys, this actually does sort of transmute your actual item into a better item. It does actually take quite a lot of energy if you do actually do this on a large scale. So as you can see here, transmute oak logs level 13. Do use 2 flickering energies and 3 actual normal logs to actually make 1 oak log. So as you can see, it sort of moves up into a tier of different item. It's actually quite good if you do actually go down and use some of your better items, such as transmute Adior and that sort of thing. You can actually do Rune Ore at the level 96, so it's quite a good thing to do, and it can potentially make you a bit of money. Now, moving on to divine locations, which are absolutely awesome. These actually are made by giving a bit of energy and also a couple of raw materials into actually a bit of a location you can drop down onto the ground, and about 5 or so people can actually use this. There's actually no cap on this, but it's definitely worth getting a bunch of people, for example 5 like I used before. You actually get a couple of noted items, and you can get a whole lot of XP from these. So definitely a good one to actually make is the divine box trap. That's really good for hunter. Also, you can use your divine herb patches, really good for a bit of money. divine new tree for your hunter, no sorry, your woodcutting XP, sorry, divine box trap like I said for hunter, and then also you can use your divine rune rock and divine magic trees for your bit of money. So it's really quite good to actually have your higher levels for these. You can make these once per day, which is quite good, and you can use other people's for up to a cap every day as well. Anyway guys, moving on to dungeoneering, this is really quite helpful for dungeoneering doors. If you do dungeoneering quite a lot, divination will help you get through all those doors that you can't actually open with your skill level. So that's all sort of just tiered towards how many levels they'll go over. So for example, the 86 one will get you over 18 levels in. So if you do have 18 levels above the actual level you do actually need to open a certain door, you can make one of these with the actual wisp that will be in dungeoneering, and you can pass that door sort of without having that actual level, which is quite good. So definitely recommend getting these if you're higher level into your dungeoneering, all that sort of thing. And there we go guys, that is it for my 1 to 99 divination guide. I do hope this helped out a lot, as it did help me out actually trying to pick up the guys and all that sort of thing for your XP rates and all that sort of thing. So make sure you do leave a like down below. It did take me a lot of time to make this actual guide. Subscribe if you do like 99 divination guide, and also if you like other XP sort of XP related guides and all that sort of thing. I'll be definitely bringing out lots more 99 guides and also a lot of PVM content. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, make sure you do subscribe to my channel down below. If you do have any questions, please leave any comments you do have down below, and I'll hopefully get back to you as soon as possible. And anyway guys, until next time, later.